The purpose of this tutorial now is to take a look at creating a visual for A5 dealing with digital input and output features or devices that are part of a larger digital device or digital system. Today what we're going to do is we're going to organize some examples of input and output devices and organize them by their type. Are they an input device? Are they an output device? So what I'm going to use to organize this for my visual is I'm going to use some shapes first of all to kind of put as a background to help me kind of organize these pictures into. So basically what I'm going to do is go up here to my shape menu here in Slides, Google Slides rather, and I'm just going to use a simple shape, all right, to do this. And you can pick whatever shapes you want, but I'm just going to use these kind of rounded corner boxes here to do this with. So I'm going to put one here. And what I can do after I draw it is I can change some of the settings and some of the colors if I want to. So if I don't like the color, I can always change it to what I want up here with the different controls. Here's the line color here. If I want to change it, maybe do a deeper blue. It's really up to you and your style of how you want to do things, or maybe you want it to be a lighter blue around it there. You can change the thickness of the lines, of course. We've talked about that before. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to do that. And then I can draw another shape if I want to, or I can just simply copy and paste this shape. So I could copy it and then paste it here if I wanted to, and I can just make them, different fill colors, even though they're the same shapes, make them different fill colors so that they stand out. And if I want to change the line color here, so on and so forth. I got some wacky kind of colors going here, but there we go. So I got two shapes now, and again, I can resize them if I want to, if I want them a little bit bigger. Just make them your own, however you want to do it. But I'm going to use two shapes. And then what I'm going to do is double click inside the shapes. And when you do that, you notice that a blinking cursor comes up. And you can enter in information or text or whatever you want to do here, and it kind of acts as like a text box. So I'm going to label one of them input features. Okay, and then I label the other one output features. Alright, and so there we go. Now I got the names in there, but I really don't want them there down there kind of in the middle of the shape. I want them at the top. I want them centered but the top. So what I need to do is do some editing of the text, or formatting of the text we should say, and some spacing work. And this goes along with some of our other icons and lingos. So I'm going to go up here. My screen's a little bit smaller, so I have to go to more. But what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to go up here to the alignment features, and I'm going to make it center aligned, but I'm going to go to the feature here that tells me it's going to put it at the top of the page. So now it's in the middle at the top, and this is some of our spacing work that we do. And so I'm going to do the same thing here, and I don't have to have it all selected. I just have to have the box or the shape selected here. And again, go up to more, and here are the font controls for spacing. Whoop, I don't need to use that one actually. I'm going to use center and top here to make them appear up there. Now if I want to change the fonts, we know we can do that too. As Tribar, I like to use Comic Sans MS. Maybe I'll kind of change it up here and go to impact with this one. I can change their size, I can change their color, whatever it is that I want to do here. I'm going to just go real quick here and change the size. But you can make it your own, okay? But there's the information out. So I got input features and output features. Now what I'm going to do is go over to where the images are. I can go and click on these, and all I have to really do is take that image and just drag and drop it over here to my slide, okay? And I can do this for all the images, and I can resize them so that they'll fit, okay? And maybe I got to make them a little bigger or smaller, whatever the case may be, all right? But notice now, I did that pretty fast. Let me go back and show you what I did. I just went over to the web page here, the A5 web page, and I'm just taking images, clicking on them, okay, make the bigger image, and then drag and drop it over here into my slide. So notice the relationship of the two slides. They're kind of overlapping here. We're kind of going that split screen, overlapping type of setup, and I can simply just drag and drop them over. So if I take this one over, for example, I have to be kind of careful. Don't click on the arrows, but click on the pictures themselves so you see the image move over, okay? It does take a moment, and they're pretty big, so you got to make them smaller, resize them to your feature, and then organize them. So do I think that a scanner is an input or output feature? If I thought it was an input, I'd put it over here. Okay, if I thought the scanner was an output, I'd put it over here. So I got to kind of figure out where I want to put those. Okay, so organize your pictures. Okay, I will give you a hint. I believe, let me double check here, that we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 output devices and 5 input. So out of the 9, 5 should be input and 4 should be output. So think about them, think about where you want them, and then organize them on your slide depending on where you think they should go. Okay? If you need extra help, let me know, but hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how to organize the slide.